Today was a good day to be a NASCAR race fan. I am, well, for a number of years I was a Jeff Gordon fan, and then I switched over to Chase Elliott. And then now William Byron is kind of growing on me as well. The number 24 Chevrolet will always have a special place in my heart when it comes to NASCAR. So I'm a Chase Elliott and a William Byron fan. And today's race, NASCAR made a bad decision to throw the caution flag near the end of stage one, where William Byron had a huge lead. I mean, a huge. And then that got weighed down with a caution that was totally unnecessary. Yet later, you have drivers who spin out and they didn't throw the caution. So, whatever. But that's on NASCAR. They're the ones that screwed up. And it effectively screwed William Byron out of a chase win that he desperately needed. I was hoping he was going to win the race, but then he kind of fell back, and he ended up finishing sixth. But the highlight of the day was Chase Elliott. I mean, he drove the race today like he owned it. As if he owned the place, basically. He carves his way through the field. And then next thing you know, he's up front, he wins stage two. And then it happens. He missed the turn, crashes into the wall, going into turn one. And I thought to myself, dang it. But it was kind of like Chase Elliott, in a sense, would say, here, hold my beer. Because I thought his day was done. I thought it was done. But the next thing I hear about him was Chase Elliott has made up 9 spots. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, he just hit the wall and he's making up 9 spots. But he came back through the field and he passed every single car who was in front of him when he had that mishap. That to me was an epic comeback. It doesn't get any better than that. I think Jeff Gordon, who I was a fan of for many years, wasn't he like 2 laps down at one time in Martinsville and came back and won the race? So, it goes to show in NASCAR anything can happen. And Chase Elliott is a testament to that. So, I thought, I was ecstatic that he won. I'm a Chevy guy. I'm a guy who really can't root for Ford drivers or Toyota drivers. There is one exception. And that would be Chase Briscoe in the Xfinity series. He's the only Ford driver I could root for. But everybody else, nah. Because I'm a loyal Chevy fan. If you take the IndyCar series, I like Alexander Rossi, however you pronounce his name, the number 27 car. He drives a Hyundai. And I'm normally a Chevy fan, so there's a couple exceptions there. But it was an awesome job by Chase Elliott. That comeback was epic. I mean, he was passing everybody, made his way through the field, and like I said, it was probably one of those, hold my beer and watch this kind of moment. And then the other big story, well, besides Chase Elliott was having his car unmanned, backing up into the wall, gently, of course, because it didn't go within too much damage. But you know, I like Bubba Wallace. I like him a lot. I'm a Team Hendrick first kind of guy. And normally, I normally root for Bubba Wallace, but what he did today, throwing a water bottle in Alex Bowman's face, was unacceptable. There's other ways to vent your frustration. A guy had just got out of the car, he's dehydrated, hasn't been feeling all that well through the weekend, and then you'd go and do that kind of thing. It just needs a bad taste in my mouth just to even talk about that, but it was a good day. It was a good race. I watched the entire race online because I watch football on my TV all day long. Yeah, I know, my Ravens lost. That was utterly embarrassing. But I was watching everything online, which meant that I'm back, 2-3 minutes behind, tape delayed. And that's fine. But I enjoyed it. The race was very, very well called by Rick Allen, Steve Letarte, Jeff Burton, Dale Jr., the guys in the pits, Rutledge, Kelly Stefas, if I'm pronouncing her last name right, Dave Burns, who I had the pleasure of meeting back in January at the Charlotte airport. Steve Letarte was also on that plane, and I think so was yesterday's Xfinity race winner, AJ Allmendinger. I wanted to introduce myself to AJ, but I kind of, froze. But I did notice that up front where Dave Burns was sitting, he had Steve Letarte, just right across the aisle from him. I was going to Florida for an unfortunate circumstance. Somebody who I took care of for 16 years had passed away. And, even to this day, her death stings. I wasn't getting paid for it. I wasn't doing it for the money. I did, my best to take care of somebody for 16 years because I would hope that somebody would do that for me someday, But anyway, that's how I met Dave Burns. Wish I could have met Steve Letarte and AJ Allmendinger while the opportunity was there. But I didn't know they were at the airport. I was just sitting in the seat, waiting to get on my next flight to get to Daytona. That was a good part of the day. It was very early in the morning. I can't remember the plate number, but meeting Dave Burns that day was an experience I'll never forget. So I appreciate him taking his time to talk to me. But he could have just blew me off and said, you're a stranger. I don't want to talk to you. But he talked to me. And I have a picture of that. So I learned how to work graphics. I don't know when I'll be able to, make my videos more appealing. But I do want to say this. If you look at behind me, the setup, the wall, the blinds, this is going to be my last video in this place because tomorrow I'm moving to another location. For unfortunate circumstances I can't get into. for legal reasons. But anyway, today, I have to say, it ranks up there of my top favorite races of all time. I've had people ask me, of all the NASCAR races you've seen, what races stands out to you the most? That you're like, wow, I really like that race. Well, one was Jeff Gordon holding off Jeff Burton in the 1997 Southern 500, where Jeff Gordon was going for $1 million. That'll be the number one right there for me. Number two, against Jeff Gordon, when he won the 1997 Daytona 500, albeit that it was under caution, but he won. And the reason why I put that there was because Rick Hendrick finished 1, 2, 3, with Terry Labonte finishing second, Ricky Craven third. The third one, the old bump and run on Rusty Wall was at the 2002 Sharpie 500 in Bristol. That Jeff Gordon started that race from the pole and won. So that's number three. The number four is the 1999 Daytona 500, because that's when he made that daring move. We have Ricky Craven, Rudd. It was on the apron. Jeff's going down to make it free wide to fight for the lead, and which he successfully made the pass and held off Dale Earnhardt to win that race. Then my number five favorite race was today. Chase Elliott winning after having a wreck. He comes back and won the darn thing. You know, it's like, wow. Team Hendrick as a whole has no quit. And they keep fighting. Jimmy Johnson even had a good finish today. But unfortunately for him, he didn't make the playoffs. So now we move on to round two. Next week they'll be in Dover. And then I think Talladega after that. And then on to Texas. But I think Texas is going to be the wild card. Today's race was the wild card. So, whatever, but that's it, guys. It's my first NASCAR team video. And it was a really, really good day. That, you know, you would think my favorite football team lost, but Chase Elliott winning actually makes up for it. Makes it for a good day. You know, it's not something you get to witness every day, and that was awesome to see. That was just totally awesome. Hope next week can give some more excitements like that. That today was just a flat out one of the best races to remember. But anyway, Chase Elliott's comeback was epic. And nothing short of epic. And Jeff Gordon was there too. I mean, I saw him there in Victory Lane, not on TV, but on computer, because I watched the race online. Since I was watching football, going back and forth, so with that. And so I'm going to end the video here. So I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday evening, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.